No more intro today. Hi guys, welcome back. Happy Thursday. And I don't honestly, I think I'm being Rachel, Raquel, whatever other four names she has right now because I have a nervous laugh because I am so incredibly uncomfortable, but like in a way that's so satisfying. I don't know how to explain this, you guys. I'm going to get into all of it. But before I do want to say thank you to everyone who is constantly reaching out to me about my skin. I really appreciate you guys. I think it's super sweet. It's one of the best compliments. Thank you. But it's not just me. It is my Blue Mean Face Pro 2.0. Now, with the press of a button, normally, by the way, this is $300 right now. If you guys use my link that I pinned in the comment section and also in the live chat and in the description, you get $200 off. So what they're promising you is it uses microcurrents and it has this little vibration, but it lifts, illuminates, rejuvenates, and it takes away the double chin. It takes out inflammation, but before you weren't supposed to use it on your chin. So this one I really, really love. My whole point here is if you don't absolutely love it, then they're going to give you 100% of your money back without any question. So a business that can stand behind their product, that is my kind of girl. So go check it out in the description, in the comment section, $200 off. It is Black Friday coming up, the holidays, whether it's Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or Christmas Kwanzaa. I don't even know what they call it, but you know. Guys, smash the like button, show some love, and let's welcome Ashley from Taste of Reality. Hello.
I've been binging the OC, and we would call it Christmaca in the
Oh,
OC community.
Christmaka.
If you love Hat Rabbi, you gotta do the OC. It's magic.
Not Christmaka. Yes.
We love Chrismaca, and we love Seth Cohen.
So,
Are you okay? Like, first and foremost, like, I know we're here to talk about the episode, but we all saw Watch What Happens last night. Are you okay? Like, that was a lot.
you know, I think it's like, I feel like right now, like one of the, you know, how like what you're not supposed to ask like a baby or a toddler if they're okay because then they start crying and you baby them.
Mm.
I'm so frustrated
Hmm.
with the lies and the BS. But I think that the reason that I'm frustrated is because I literally have everything on this phone. So I don't understand any of this. Shall we get into it? You want to just jump into it? Is that what we're
Let,
doing?
oh, where are you most comfortable right now? Because you're not only delivering the tea, you're part of the tea. So we don't let you drive very often. We know you're not a good driver, but you're driving this bus today. So where's the first stop?
I mean, honestly, okay, so last night I was watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, as we all were, hopefully.
That is what
And
we do.
that is what we do. And I saw on Watch What Happens Live, all of a sudden I see like this gorgeous blonde with this burgundy, whatever it was, and coming out. And I'm like, oh, Whitney's on Watch What Happens Live. Okay.
Why are
I
you not
know
the bartender number one?
that was such a miss on them.
That was. You and Imani had that conversation last week, and you both nailed it. That was what the show was missing. And I would not have this page of questions for you if you would have just been there.
It was so stupid to not. And honestly, I don't need to be on Watch What Happens Live. I have my own platform. It's totally fine. I think that I absolutely would have went. But like I'm sitting there listening to her, listening to Whitney throughout the whole episode, and I was like, oh, she did a really good job. And at the end, she drops the thirst and the betrayal on my end. I'm so confused because I feel like she talked in circles, but also, again, I have all of the receipts. Now, everybody keeps telling me, Adam, drop the receipts, drop the receipts. I'm going to wait and see how the rest of the season plays out. The receipts are all I have. So I feel like if I drop anything now, it's way, way, way premature. And if this is what you're saying about me now, What did you say about me on camera? I'm dying to know.
Well, I think it's smart that you hold on to that because as a fan, I hate spoilers, number one. And I think I'm speaking for a lot of people in the Bravo sphere that we don't want to see what happens until the show airs. With that said, if we are not getting the truth, if we are not getting reality from reality TV, show the receipts. I want a scroll of receipts. I want them all, but I think you holding that close for now is really good. I have to say, as your friend, I really kind of hated, like, I didn't kind of hate, I hated watching that last night. I hated the fact that Whitney, that live audience, which is a small audience, but that audience inside the clubhouse seemed very disgusted with you. Maybe just because Whitney was in the room, but their gasps, it was so dramatic and it just made me feel really bad for you. With that said, I was online today and I actually published this to Taste of Reality maybe in the last hour or so. It was an Instagram user, the Bravo Babe, at the Bravo Babe. She was the one who asked Whitney the question on Watch What Happens Live, and she posted
I
Whitney's—
went to go, sorry, I don't even mean to cut you
No,
off. I
please.
went to go look and I was blocked. I'm like, I can't even see it. And I have no, I didn't, and this is no disrespect, Ashley. I swear, like, you know me at this point.
Uh-huh.
It's, I wouldn't even imagine or know why I would be blocked. So
Um,
it doesn't make sense to me. I'm
Can
like,
I tell you what
go
the,
ahead.
I mean, because I just don't think this went down as Whitney thought it was going to go down. The only person I've seen cover this is the Bravo Babe, and she was the one who asked the question. So I do want to go ahead. Is it okay if I read what she wrote and then some of the comments?
Somebody,
Just because you've never seen it?
no, so Jason did send me the screenshot of a post. I'm thinking it's the same. Please, by all means. Yes, at this point, everything's on the table because why not? Like
Right.
Whitney opened this floodgate. So please, let's
Right.
go.
So the post says the Bravo Babe wrote, "The truth always comes out. Sounds like Whitney is mad at Up and Adam for saying he never told her Lisa started the Alibaba story." And then she said in her caption, "Love when Andy Cohen mentions my name. Love even more when the question is juicy and exposes the lies." The comments were interesting. When I posted the article, there was not one comment in Whitney's favor, not one. I even put a little disclaimer in my article, like, yes, I'm your friend, but I didn't cherry pick anything. This is what the comments say. "Next year, she'll say it's not her fault. People she trusted told her it was Lisa, blah, blah, blah. I'm almost always not understanding Whitney's side against anyone. It's her, Whitney's theory. Every season, she has a theory about someone that turns out to be a nothing burger. Meanwhile, she's selling marked up Alibaba jewelry and says nothing about that. She assumed it was Lisa. He, you, Adam, never said a name on camera." Somebody, Bravo Babe says he did in the car ride on camera. I don't remember ever hearing a
I
name.
never
Am I
said a name.
wrong?
I
I don't remember
never
that.
said a name, and it was a spliced together conversation, which I said, if you guys not to be, and I'm not going to be aggressive about this. I'm not going to be why I trust me, I had my moment this morning where I was a
Ugh.
little frustrated. I called a friend and like I had a chance to vent it out, which was really nice. But I said, Bravo, whether it's the reunion or whatever the case is, then release the audio. Release it. The entire audio. Today, I noticed last night there were so many like, and I do appreciate people having my back in the comment section, but last night the lies and even saying,
Okay, Candy Burris, the lies.
I mean, it was really the lies though. Like,
The lies.
what, you're friends with my husband? What? These are things that can be so easily disproven. And these are things that, like, this doesn't add up. So the thirst and betrayal. Okay, that's what you started with. That's what got me. Okay, cool. Clocked it. But then after that, after she said that I lied through the thirst of like in betrayal, and I told her explicitly it was Lisa Barlow. No, I didn't. Where's that at? Where? Because I have the messages, long paragraphs of messages saying, I never said that. And she said, no, I know you didn't say that. Wait until you watch the show. I promise you, Adam, I wouldn't do that to you. I'm not going to make you look stupid. I said, okay, well, your castmates are reaching out to me telling me that you're trying to make me look stupid. She's like, you need to stop listening to them. Please stop believing them. And I said, okay. So then at the end of it, you know, my husband, you're actually good friends with my husband because he's from Salt Lake City and he was Mormon. My husband's not from Salt Lake City. You guys don't know each other. Actually, if anything, the closest encounter, I don't even think she's met Jason, but the closest encounter that she's had was she reached out to Jason because Jason is 10 years older than me. This was when she was doing Iris and Beau. She had that skincare line. I believe, based off of what I've heard from like a few other people who have been digging in, Iris and Beau was skincare that was used from a different company. It was leftover product. I don't know. That's alleged. I don't know if that's even real, but leftover products, whatever. So she told Jason, she's like, I would love for you to tell people that, or like showcase Iris and Beau on your beautiful skin, which I think is really, really sweet. Jason has amazing skin. Started using the product, had a conversation with Whitney and told her that it made his skin specifically for him reacted negatively to the product, which is that's not a new thing in skin care or anything. All of our faces react different ways to different products. Some products work really great for other people. Whatever, doesn't even matter. It's not even a real company anymore. It's gone. So from that, she said, well, I want you to be an ambassador. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 15% off or something like that. You buy the products. I want you to be an ambassador of the company and blah, 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 blah. So Jason would not do the whole ambassador thing of the company because after he tried the skincare, he was not a fan of it. That is okay. He didn't say anything. There was nothing public about it. This was like 3-4 years ago. You never heard anything, right?
No.
Like he could have totally bashed he could have done so many things that he chose not to do because there's no reason to be nasty like that. That doesn't even make sense. So to go on and say that you're friends or you're better friends with my husband when you've never met him and I've met you multiple times, we've had conversations, sit downs, BravoCon, all kinds of things, but you know him? That is a bold-faced lie. Then last night, I sent a message, and I'll read it to you guys. I'm not going to read you the text messages from before because I'm going to let Whitney do the right thing. If she doesn't by the end of the season, mark my words, you guys, I'll give them to Ashley. I don't even care. I'll let Ashley and Amani post all of them. Do not care. She has however many weeks until the reunion to figure this out and do the right thing. It is totally up to her. I'm not going to be aggressive about it. I'm not going to be nasty. There is no reason. There's a paper trail. Like at this point, you kind of lose. I think that her biggest play is she's on a bigger platform than I am. Okay, cool. Except it's not, because this is just going to go to the masses. It doesn't make sense. But so I texted her last night and I said, hold on, wait. Hold up, Whitney, you feel betrayed. I told you it was not Lisa Barlow, and I had no way of proving it. Okay? This is, by the way, guys, legit. Top of the, yep, you can see. And I had no way of proving it. The fact that you went ahead and pre-filmed something without proof, only to now pin it on someone else, is just crazy to me. You know, I have our conversations, right? Like I have our text messages. This is ridiculous. I said, you came at me for supposedly being awful to you while Bobby was in the hospital. So guys, when Bobby went in, her daughter, and was taken in from the ambulance, she messaged me because I did a video on that TikToker who was exposing the MLM behind whatever Whitney and Justin's company. What was that company, Ashley? The
second one, Soul People.
No,
that's the third one. The second, oh my God,
Soul People. It was Soul People or Soul.
There was Wild Rose Beauty, then no, Iris and Beau, then Wild Rose Beauty, and then Soul People, I think.
Yeah. Okay,
And Prism.
so I said, you came at me for supposedly being awful to you while Bobby was in the hospital because she asked me, she said, Adam, you're posting and talking about this TikToker who's saying this MLM stuff. I'm in the ICU with my daughter. And I looked at it same way that I looked at it when Lisa Hochstein called me about the Katharina Mazeppa Real Housewives of Miami mistress interview. When Lisa called me and she said, I'm a mom and my kids are going to see this one day. I like caved. I'm such a sucker, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I literally like, especially my mom is my best friend. And if you bring a mom moment in, I'm like a pansy. I think that's a flower, but I'm a pansy.
It's a
And
beautiful flower.
thank you. But for this moment, when she told me that she was in the ICU, I was like, oh no. So I told her, I said, Whitney, go watch the video if you have time. If you don't, I understand. I didn't say anything bad about you in the video. I said, this is this woman's version of the story. And I also said in the video that there could be a totally different side and she might be a disgruntled employee. We don't know this yet.
Right.
But I told her, I said, I will not put anything else out there. Then from that point, I said, but then you turn around and you do that to me, not only on national television, but it's on a streamer. So worldwide, you're doing that to me. Okay. I said, he was the one who told me to warn you, talking about Jason. I said, Jason was the one who told me to warn you about all of the Alibaba stuff that was coming out, which is true. I was minding my business. I was recording videos. I went upstairs and I said to Jason, like I do in between every video, I go upstairs and I'm like, hey, do you need anything? You want a soda water? You want a coffee? You want a Coke? You want something? Like I just recorded for 8 minutes. I'm parched. Oh my God. I need a break. I need to go do something. And Jason was like, get this, bitch, listen. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? So then he told me. I said, you just told me that you believed me, then turned around and trashed me in the same breath. You're making no sense. And I ended it with Whitney, ... Seriously, do better. That is how I ended the conversation. Because to me, I'm like, what are you saying right now? How in one breath are you asking me to leave you, to not say anything negative about you?
Mm-hmm.
You have a totally different platform and it's not her platform. It's the Bravo. It's me against NBC. Let's be real. It's not me against Whitney. I'm not trying to sound like, oh my God, I'm so much bigger than Whitney. That's not how I feel. It's me against NBC Bravo because that's the platform that you're using. And you're going to say that after asking me not to put anything on YouTube? Ashley.
That sounds like something she would ask a friend. Hey, do me a favor, do me a solid, pull that off. So to call you thirsty and to say you betrayed her, you actually answered most of my questions. One thing I want to just make sure we point out again, she said that you told her explicitly it was Lisa on camera. It was first of all spliced, and even not knowing that that was edited, you never said that. You said it was somebody who owned a liquor company, but that wasn't even the real context. But even without the context, she's still not being consistent. Thank you for clarifying your husband's relationship. My favorite part was that she said, I'm not going to sell them out. What is this? What is this?
I forgot about that.
I'm not going to sell them out. Like,
please, Whitney Rose. Whitney MLM Rose.
I'm baffled. I'm flabbergasted, mouth agape. Like, huh?
Jason told me, he said, Adam, we are launching a company, another company. We have businesses. And he said, this stuff carries into your other stuff, so like be very demure and mindful and like
he's so cutesy.
So cutesy. Oof. 5 years ago, girl, this would have been a totally different conversation. But what I will say about that is, what? You're not going to go there. Go there. What do you got? I've heard everything about Jason and I. I've heard that we're squatters, that we don't pay the IRS, that we don't own any of our houses. I've heard that we're cheaters, that we've had affairs. I've heard that our marriage is not real. anything that you can say, and I always say the same thing. Because I literally live and die by the book of receipts. Share it, show it. You got it? I'm not mad at you if you got it. Like for Whitney, she's like, I'm not gonna go there. Go there. My God, Jason and I will sit back. We want you to. This is me giving you an invitation. I'm not going to sue you. I'm not going to go after you. I don't even think I could sue you. It's not defamation. Technically, we're all counted as public figures. Defamation is a really hard lawsuit. The only reason that Cardi B won against Tasha K was because she said she had STDs and all kinds of things. Like, you really got to go there in order for somebody to have a defamation lawsuit.
You mean medical records?
Yeah, it's like bad. You have to really go there. I'm not going to do that to you. I am challenging you, and I am challenging Bravo and everybody else. Please post it. I have an answer for anything. And there's nothing that you have on me that I haven't shared with everybody. If it's photos, text messages, you have some big smoking gun behind the scenes on Jason or myself, you don't. But what's easy to do, and this is where I lost respect for her last night, is like, I'm not going to go there. So what you're doing now is effectively, you are using your audience. You're using the audience that really believes in you. Amazing. You're also utilizing the Bravo audience, the NBC audience. You guys are not even properly giving me credit on anything. You guys are speaking about me as if like I don't have, which I get it.
You have a name and it's Adam. You're not him.
Thank you. Have a name and it's Adam, but you're using this audience to allude that either me, myself, or Jason did something that you're not going to talk about because it's so bad. No, I want to know. Now this is like, please, by all means. And I even texted her last night. When I texted her, I didn't get it says delivered. It doesn't, whatever. I'm pretty sure that she blocked my phone number. Fine. Totally understand. Actually, which the irony in this is it was a Real Housewife of Salt Lake City who told me to never block somebody's phone number because they were being harassed and stalked. And they said, you always want to know what they're saying, especially if they get emotional or drunk or something. And they like aggressively text you. So you're not supposed to block people's numbers, you guys, because you want to keep the receipts, like in case people get dangerous, which it's a good point. But then I went on Instagram. I am blocked by the Bravo Babe. I am blocked by Heather Gay. I am blocked by Whitney Rose. I can't say anything to defend myself. Nothing. And then, like, after that, I went on and I looked and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. So I was talking to Jason and Jason, like, helped me write this, whatever. You guys can go look at my Instagram. And I said, so Whitney Rose blocked me, so I can't even respond. I'm not here to lie or drag her like she did to me last night, which is what happened. I said, but I will say this, show the proof, which I'm inviting this, okay? Like, if I had something to hide, I would not invite this. I said, I have all of the texts, the receipts, and everything that you said about Heather Gay. Oh, Heather is going to eat your ass alive. Good luck. I said, so I'm challenging you, Whitney. Let's see what you got on me and Jason. What do you have? I wasn't even going to share that stuff, Ashley. Wow. But then you went on national television, which again is not just national television anymore because there's a streamer. It is worldwide to make me and my husband look questionable. And then I'm supposed to be very demure and nice and cutesy. No, that's crazy.
Okay, let me ask you a clarifying question. You have maintained that you do not think it is Lisa that started the Alibaba rumor, nor
it wasn't.
Did you ever think it was her?
Yes.
You did think at first it might have been her.
So when Whitney and I spoke about this, please, by all means, bring out your journalistic questions. I will answer everything that you have. When this all went down, and my story has never changed, when I went upstairs and I talked to Jason and Jason told me that this was coming out on Dana Wilkie's podcast, I called Whitney as a friend and said, I just want to let you know this is coming out about your business. Whitney said, this is bullshit. It's not true. This is what happens every time before we start filming. People start coming out. I think it's Heather Gay or it's Lisa Barlow or it's one of them who's mad at me because of last season and what happened at BravoCon. So what happened at the reunion and what happened at BravoCon. I don't actually know what she's talking about when it comes to the reunion. And maybe that's something if anybody wants to go back and rewatch, you can. But what happened at BravoCon was Whitney took up for me against the rest of the girls at the NBC party at the top of a hotel. I think it was the Langham or something like that. I'm not sure. It was at the Jason's in the live chat. He'll say it.
The Delaney?
The Delaney. Yeah, I think. But long story short, she ended up taking up for me and she was really sweet about it. And then all of the ladies ended up getting up and walking away. The only two people who were not there from that cast was Meredith, who was not at the party, and Monica Garcia, who I ended up talking to after. And I thought it was really nice of Whitney to do that for me. That's in return why I told Whitney that this was coming out about her business. Okay. So you were a good friend to me. I'm going to be a good friend back to you. Easy, done, whatever. So she asked me multiple times, can you find out, Adam, please, who was the person who leaked this to Dana Wilkie? I said, yeah, I'll do that for you. And she told me on the phone, we talked for at least over an hour, multiple times, like at least, I'm going to say 8, 9 times, 10 times, at least over an hour. We talked, we had good conversations. And she was trying to get me to figure it out without having her hands on it, right? She didn't want to leave a footprint, like she was trying to dig anything on her cast members. So when she was trying to figure it out, she said, I think it's Lisa Barlow. I've heard things about Lisa Barlow running these fake accounts and also planting stories. Also, there's another thing, Adam. There's a Claire account. And I said, I don't know the Claire account. I don't know what that is. She said, okay, well, the Claire account, I right now am on an island on my own, and I think I'm willing. I know you're friends with Monica. I can forgive Monica if she's not a part of this Claire account. And I need to know, was it Monica or was it Lisa Barlow? And I'm still like, I don't know the Claire account. Apparently, this account on Instagram attacked Bobby, attacked her looks. Terrible. She is a kid. I don't even need to go down the list. It was very nasty and vile.
Yeah, we're not talking about Bobby. That's not okay.
No, it's honestly, it's terrible. And she's such a gorgeous, like, little girl. Like she's a little young woman.
Yeah, she's nothing but delightful.
She's not getting paid to be on the Housewives. You shouldn't do it's mean. You know, so I said, I'm gonna look into
Bobby.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. So I looked into it and I said, I want to find out who this is. I want to help you. And if I can help clear Monica Garcia, who at the time I was having very friendly conversations with, she's my friend, right? And she still to this day is my friend. I love Monica. No matter what people think about the podcast, and it doesn't matter, you know, like we can still be friends and not be doing the podcast right now. And who knows, we might actually be doing a new podcast soon or like a different rendition. We don't know what's going to happen. But the point is I wanted to clear Monica's name. So after Whitney sat on the phone and told me all of the reasons that she thinks it's Lisa Barlow, I sat there and I thought about it. And I talked to Jason. I reached out to Dana Wilkie. Dana Wilkie told me, I'm not going to tell you who it is. And Whitney has never done anything for me. So I'm not giving up my source. I said, I understand why you wouldn't give up your source. She said, unless Whitney can give me like 3 to 4 or 5 stories, something like that, which you guys will watch. It's in one of the upcoming episodes. What Whitney says, she repeats exactly what I just said in this moment. Dana said, then I'm not giving this to her. Like, I'm not giving her anything. Okay, cool. So after Whitney told me all of the reasons that she thought it was Lisa Barlow who was sending the stuff to Alibaba, or sending the Alibaba stuff to Dana and also running the Claire account, I said, you know what, Whitney? These are great, valid points. Jen Shaw told me that Lisa Barlow was running fake accounts. Jen Shaw did tell me that. Jen Shaw and I were really close. I had to get close to Jen. And I also enjoyed being close to Jen. We had a good friendship before she went to jail because I saw a different side of her, I think. And I know that's pretty probably taboo to say. Like, oh my God, I enjoyed Jen Shaw, this woman who is deemed as this monster who did all of these terrible things. I didn't know about those things. She maintained her innocence. But what I do know are the things that she said to me in the text messages that I have about Lisa Barlow. And she also said Lisa Barlow, she thought in her mind was capable and potentially doing all of these things. So after piecing this together, I said to Whitney, I said, you know what? Like, I think you're right. I think maybe it could be Lisa Barlow. But I said, you need definitive proof. She said, no, I need definitive proof or else production will not let me run with it. Okay. Never could we get definitive proof. And then finally, I spoke to Lisa Barlow on the phone. And Lisa Barlow said to me, she's like, Adam, I've never done anything with an account. I don't have time. I have a business. I'm busy. I don't do that. I don't whatever. Lisa Barlow spoke to me. And I said, no, Lisa, I said, I'm sorry. I actually believed that you were capable of doing this. And she said, well, I'm not. And you don't know me. And I said, that's really fair. I don't know you. And I said, you know, I believe this because this is what I was told, but you're right. And I said, anybody that I'm asking cannot give me definitive proof. And then when I went back to Whitney, she had already filmed like a moron. And I'm not calling her a moron. I'm saying this was a very
moronic choice.
It was a very moronic choice. You went and pre-filmed something in hopes. It's like counting your cash or your checks before they hit the bank. You know what I mean? It's like spending money that you don't have. You literally said this on camera because you were so confident that you were going to have the proof and the receipts, which don't exist because it wasn't Lisa Barlow. And that's it. Like,
I'm going to say something, and I'm going to be told yet again that I'm a flip-flop. But as you learn more information, as we as humans learn information, you have to take things in and you have to say, you know what, I think I was wrong based on these new facts. I gave Whitney grace that I don't think, after seeing what happened last night, I don't think she earned my grace, and I'm going to take it back. The fact that she is so hard deflecting about who is spreading this rumor and not saying, she has never said, I do not source my jewelry from Alibaba. I am not marking it up 100 times. I gave her some grace and said, you know what? If she said she's not doing it, I don't believe she's doing it. I'm at the point where I believe she's doing it. We saw her lying yesterday on Watch What Happens Live. And I think that all of this is deflecting from the fact that her jewelry is from Alibaba. And that's really what we should be talking about, is how it's predatory behavior for her to sell this to her fans from Real Housewives of Orange, or from Salt Lake City. I feel it's predatory, and I don't like that.
Can you explain why you're using the term predatory? I'm very confused. How is that predatory?
Predatory in the sense that I feel like it's taking advantage of somebody when you mark something that's worth 10 cents and you mark it up to the value of $100. You're using the people who are a fan of you. You're using them and not being honest about the quality of the product you're selling. You're selling it being something it's not, and I don't think that's savory business practice.
No, that makes sense. Sorry, I wasn't even trying to challenge you on that.
No, I'm glad you did.
Well, in the state of Florida, now you made it make sense for me, because like when the hurricanes and stuff were happening, the governor and other elected officials made it known to like all businesses and even flights and airlines and whatever, if you guys mark up all of these airlines and these products and whatever, we will come after you, because that is very predatory. It's like you're taking advantage of people in a crisis that, you know, like we have a natural disaster coming. So that makes sense.
Which is the grossest thing ever. Like to sell water, a gallon of water for $45 when people are without running, like, that's predatory and it's evil, and that's why there are laws against it. And I feel, it's my opinion, that Whitney is being predatory and that her jewelry is from Alibaba. And yes, I flip-flopped. With more information, I changed my opinion. Sorry, I flip-flopped. I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, even for this moment too. So last night, let me just get this right really quick. And I know that I know that we were supposed to recap this. Maybe we'll still Ashley back tomorrow.
No, I have some notes. We have some bullets that we can stay very on topic for.
But this is taking a, but I also feel like this needs to be addressed, you guys. It's silly. But like last night, you told the story, you contradicted yourself. Okay. You lied and you said that you know my husband and you have a better relationship with him than you do me. My husband doesn't know you. You've never seen him. You've never met him in person. It's never happened. You show me a photo, show me something. It's not happened. The only thing that you know about him is he's Mormon. I would challenge Whitney without Googling right now. If I asked Whitney, what did my husband do for a career? If that's your friend, you would know. I can tell you about you and Amani, and we're new friends, right?
I know what Jason does.
Do you know what he did?
Yeah.
Okay. So without Googling him, I would challenge.
I can tell you right now, he used to work for Cirque du Soleil.
Boom. She wouldn't know that. She doesn't know any of that. So it's like, so not only did you contradict yourself with the story that didn't make sense, and because the way that you worded it at the end, but then also lying and saying that you were friends with my husband, that's also not true. And then saying that you're not gonna, what'd she say, not gonna go there?
She said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sell them out.
I'm not going to sell them out.
It's comedy.
Like, I feel like I'm on Mean Girls and I'm like, you're a pusher, Caddy. You're a pusher. You know, like just like I push this and I push my husband away and I push this and all of a sudden she puts it in the burn book. Like I'm a drug pusher. No, you can't just say that. That's not like,
this is not 1984. 2 + 2 is not 5.
Can I just go around and be like, oh my God, you guys, I heard that Whitney's not only with Justin, but I don't know, but I heard. It's like, one, I wouldn't do that. Two, that's not true, by the way. I just used that as an example. I don't believe that. But three, like, it's like, say what you mean and say what you know. Say something that you can back up. Don't just say things to say things because you're on Watch What Happens Live. And Jason actually defended Andy Cohen on this and said, I thought Andy was really nice to you about it. And I was like, did you watch the same thing? I didn't think he was nice to me at all. Honestly.
I don't like that. Why can't they just use your name?
Oh, it's such bullshit.
That's weird to me.
It's honestly, in New York at BravoCon, Andy was, and I got it. I understood why. He was not very kind to me. I took the Jen Shah interview. I knew what I did. It wasn't a pleasant experience with Andy. In Vegas, next BravoCon, walked up to him at the NBC party, which was the same party that was, oh my God, do I have it here? Oh, no, I don't. I was like, it was the same party that I ran into Whitney and Monica and all of them in, and we talked, and it was actually really good. But then like last night, it's like, oh, well, you're a friend. And right, but it was on camera. No, it wasn't. You're literally one of the EPs. You know what's on camera. That wasn't on camera. It was never on camera. And also as an EP, you know what the conversation was. You know what was spliced together. And if I'm lying, if I'm truly lying, why would I sit here and hold to show me everything, release it? It makes me almost believe Brandy Glanville about the Caroline Manzo shit, because I'm like, to say release it, release the audio, release the text messages, release the receipts. It's a bold statement because somebody can literally challenge you and be like, okay, here you go. And then you're going to look like a moron. It would take a moron to do that, you know? But like, if you're going to say it and stand in it and say it with your chest and be like, give it to me. Show me, share it, do it, please. And you know, and you're going to sit there and like, just like look at the person, like everything, I want it. That's kind of like, if that doesn't say everything to people, I don't know what else would, unless I just share it, which I know everybody in the live chat too. By the way, guys, I've seen where people are saying, Adam, just share, Adam, just share, Adam, just share. And Ashley, I don't mean to throw you under the bus, but
No.
Ashley gave me a good piece of advice this morning without knowing that I talked to Jason. And they both actually shared the same kind of idea behind it. And it's like, if I share anything right now, disproving any of this, it kind of just goes away. And then it also can be battled. It could be thought about before the reunion, and then they have something to say. Or I can wait until the end and I can see what happens. And then I can, if I feel like it's necessary, drop all of the receipts. And then you don't have a platform to combat that on unless you go on Instagram, which is fine. Who cares? Nobody looks at your Instagram. I don't care. But you know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah, I thought last night, this has been a very pivotal season of Salt Lake City for me. Whereas, again, I'm going to be called a flip-flopper. I've always stood by Heather Gay. I call her out when I think she's wrong. That doesn't make me dislike her when I think she makes mistakes, as we all do. But I really, the veil has lifted of Heather Gay, and I feel that everything that Bronwyn is saying about her is 100% correct.
You know, she's the one who's being accused. So Dana Wilkie came out and said it was Heather Gay and Tanisha, right?
Which is such, I'm going to say this. I stand with my toes in the grass, all feet, all toes down. If it was Heather, Lisa, Meredith, or Whitney, if any of those four people that were in that beach scene last season on Watch What Happens Live, where they were holding each other, trauma bonding over what happened with Reality Von Teese, if any of them have any part of a troll account, I am wiping my hands of them. I am
Heather
done
deserves
with
to, honestly, I think Heather, in my opinion, you guys, and I know this is a strong opinion, I love Heather Gay on reality TV because I think she's good.
Mm-hmm.
When Jen Shaw told me that she was a terrible person, that production hated her, to be fair, I questioned it. I was like, there's no way. She seems amazing. When I met her in person, she was a horrible human being. She was not nice at all. And now come to find out that you, of all people, allegedly, are the one who sat back and watched all of this play out and watched your friend Lisa get the shaft, the shit for all of this, knowing that you and Tanisha, allegedly, were the ones who was feeding it to Dana Wilkie, which, per Dana Wilkie, by the way, I don't know. I wasn't in those DMs. I wasn't a part of that conversation. I don't know why Dana would lie about that, because Dana is somebody who comes in, and that is a woman who loves her receipts. She loves her receipts. She's very thorough. I wouldn't even challenge Dana Wilkie. Love Dana, good friend of ours. No fucking way. I would never challenge her. But you're going to come in and watch, even at Angie Katzaneva's 20 whatever mafia whatever party,
covering up his titties. I love that when you get mad, you show us your titties, and when you calm yourself down, you're like, okay, I'm mindful and cutesy and demure again. But hold on, how is Heather Gay at this point different than Jackie at the table at Off the Rails when she is sitting there watching Margaret take all this shit, knowing she's the one who did it? Heather was Jackie in that moment, and Heather deserves to be dragged much like Jackie was in that moment.
She's not different. The difference is that she hasn't been caught in it yet. But also too, she's not owning up to something until somebody points the finger at her saying that they have definitive proof. You're talking about the same person who allegedly lied about the black eye, right? You're talking about the same person who was like, I don't know if production hit me in the face.
Right. I think I defended her for way too long.
It's like somebody who can commit to that sort of lie.
Not once, not twice. This has been a multiple recurring, like you've shown, it's 5 years in, you've shown us who you are. I'm finally believing it.
There's a history of it.
Yeah.
You committed to the lie. Cool.
Mhm.
From that point, then Bravo brought you back, so you know you can get away with it. Why wouldn't you do it again? Why would you not lie? Why would you not be messy Bessie? Like you would, because
Mhm.
you get away with it. You can do whatever you want to do. Heather Gay's untouchable. I cannot tell you guys why right now Heather Gay is untouchable, but what I can tell you is Bravo has bigger plans for her. I can't share what those plans are, but Heather Gay is branching out, and you
Mhm.
guess will see what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm going to make a guess right now. First of all, you've never teased this to me. This is the absolute first time I'm hearing that. My guess, just first thing that popped in my head, we're going to get a Beauty Lab and Laser show of the type of Vanderpump Rules style show where we follow the crowd, and she's the Lisa Vanderpump. That's what I'm saying. I'm putting that out into the field.
It's an interesting guess.
Thank you. And I'm watching your poker face, and you are doing a great job.
I know. This is just my face.
Yeah, but okay. Well, you're not letting me figure out if I'm right or not.
No, I'm not going to share that with you. But I
Can
mean,
we talk
not
about
on
the husbands for a second?
which part.
Okay, first of all, everybody wanting apologies from everybody about this is so wild to me. I loved hearing you and Imani talk about Salt Lake City last week, and I could not be any more with you guys about the fact that this whole thing happened because Lisa went up into Justin Rose's personal space. I'm not saying anything that happened was okay afterwards. I'm not defending anybody's behavior, but if Lisa Barlow would not have gone into his space, none of this would have happened. And the fact that Whitney wants an apology from John wants an apology from Whitney, I think it was a mess on all of their parts. And the only husband that I am 100% on their team, I'm going to say it again. And you know, I love an older man.
Oh, not the Todd father.
I love the Todd father. So help me, Todd. That man is the comic relief we didn't know
And
we
his little Christmas belly, and his little like.
I love him.
I
love
know, but
Todd.
you know what? Honestly, and Angie Katanavis, like, she blocked me too. But
Oh.
if I was ranking the husbands, like, in order of hot to like what it is,
Not.
Angie's husband ranks first.
He's banging.
Yeah, he's banging, but also the gays, from what they say, love him. I don't know.
We'd climb him like a tree.
People
Me and
would
the
climb
gays.
him like a tree. Her, Ashley, and the gays.
Yeah, sorry.
And then
I
looked,
mean, no disrespect, Angie, but he's hot.
yeah. Then I looked and I saw John Barlow yesterday getting in his like little in the pool and stuff, and I was like, "Oh wow, John Barlow, sir, look at you."
Still not over the parallel parking. Sorry for the misogyny, my internalized misogyny on that one. But yeah, I'm still not over the parallel parking. So I have no idea what he looked like without his shirt off because I could not see it.
Then from there, I looked and I saw Seth. And I was like, Seth is such a, like, Seth is like, I don't like that Seth always has to go. But I'm like, that's a good looking husband. He is a good looking husband. Do you think or no?
I mean, he's just average to me. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just a very like
Really?
average. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, he's a good looking guy, but I don't find him to be like super. The only one that I find to be really, really attractive is Sean, and I would 100% take over for Bronwyn if she ever needed me to with the Todd father.
Okay, you gotta let this go.
I am like a dog with a bone on this one. So help me, Todd. I'm gonna just keep on with the puns. I am so sorry.
Even like he comes out last night and he has this little like older man, like little like like body and everything.
But
and
like for a man his age, he's still keeping him pretty tight.
No, listen, I'm not saying anything negative. I think he's an intelligent, good looking man, especially
Funny.
And he's funny, and he's also very assertive. He is starting to make me a little nervous in some situations, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you feel this way, but watching him and watching Bronwyn, how she gets nervous and like even on the plane and stuff, like last night in last night's episode where she's like kind of whispering and not letting him hear things, it does make me think, and I'm guilty of it too, you guys. If my family comes in town and for example, my family sometimes comes in town, and every time they come in town, they always bring like a joint or something, or like legalized marijuana or whatever. And I always have to be like, oh my God, how dare you bring that in my house? And then I look at Jason, and Jason's like, this is ridiculous. And then I wait for Jason to leave, and I'm like, light that shit up. I'm like,
Yeah.
give me an edible,
Do
whatever.
it.
You know what I mean? But like I'm actually genuinely nervous when Jason's around when they do these things because I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna get the brunt of it. And Jason, you have to think about it for him. He comes from the background of an athlete. They didn't have things recreational or whatever. They just literally, it was like sports, exercise, eating healthy. That is what they did. Why do you need to put substances in your body? Whatever. So then watching the Todd father talk to Bronwyn, I was like, oh no, that's how I feel. Like,
Yeah. Imani said the same thing, and I can definitely understand what you're saying as far as that goes. That doesn't outweigh all of the good that Todd brings. In my humble opinion, he can be a little intimidating and maybe like daddish. Like I get kind of like dad vibes from him, but
maybe
he is old enough to be Bronwyn's father. And I say that without disrespect. I would marry an 85-year-old man. Like I have no problem with it.
he's not 85.
I'm just saying I would date an 85-year-old man. I know he's much younger than that, but I have no problem like dating somebody, an octogenarian that's geriatric.
What is an octogenarian?
A person who's in their 80s. Octo means 8. A septuagenarian is 70 something.
That's not even a word. Is that a word?
So a word. Octogenarian is a word.
Okay. And by the way, there's 700 people in the room right now, and I'm willing to guess that you taught about 699 of them octogenarian.
I don't sound off in the comments, friends. I need to know. Did anybody? I mean, I love older people. I grew up watching Golden Girls. I've always felt deeply connected to older people. So yeah, the octogenarian community, they're my people. And they weren't in their 80s either. I just like older people. But I do want to bring us back to the yes, it's a word. Thank you, Brian Scott Patterson. Can we talk about the money of the private jet? The money of bringing you and what, like 6 to 8 of your closest friends and their husbands to a resort like they went to? That is so rich. That's what I want to see on Real Housewives. That was iconic, and I hated the fact that they stayed separate. I was so happy when Queen, who blocked you, my Greek mafia queen, Angie was like, I'm going to make a peace offering with Vita Tequila and bring these sides together. I did not like how they stayed separate, and I am mad. I am mad at Seth Marks. You do not leave your lady. You had this planned, and I'm glad Meredith said it on camera. That shit's shady.
Do you think that she was alluding to something different?
Yes. They've had problems in the past.
So what? Okay, because I am
she thinks that he could be cheating.
Right. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I think that she thinks that, and that's why she reacted. And that is the reaction that I think anybody with a right mind would come to. That is the conclusion that a mindful person would be like, wow, I'm being done dirty. He's doing this shit on camera. That's embarrassing. And Meredith called that shit out, and good for her.
I hope that's not true.
I hope it's not true. I hope there's nothing nefarious going on, but I think Meredith is very privy to the fact that something is not good.
Yeah. I mean, oh, that would be really sad.
Oh,
don't
and
know.
one more thing about the extreme wealth of Bronwyn and King Todd. The jeweler going to the resort?
Do you believe that though? Like, do you actually think that? I want to ask, like, okay, so now at the reunion, like at this point, I mean, I would say like if you bought something or he bought something for you, bring it to the reunion. But the housewives get a lot of free jewelry to like dangle and dress up in to promote at the reunions anyway. So it would be an easy ask. But I'm just wondering, like, was your husband on the anniversary thinking like, okay, 1.5 to 4 million, it's our anniversary, sure.
I think he would, and I love that for her. I love that she's like, I'm going to bring this guy to the house. I'm not going to invite any of the women because, frankly, they don't have this kind of money. And I'm going to see what I want, and I'm going to keep it. And I don't believe that Bronwyn, and if she borrows anything, good for her, whatever. But Christian Siriano said that she is the only housewife that actually pays for things. And I think when she said that she has pride in paying for things and paying people for their talent and the quality that they bring to her life, and she wants to compensate them for that. So if she borrows things, I expect it to be highly promoted. But yeah, she likes to buy her stuff, and I love that for her.
What is Todd's last name?
I have no idea.
Bronwyn, is it Newport?
I don't know if she's Newport or if he's Newport. I mean, that's her last name, but I don't know if she kept her maiden name or whatever. But I should know my future sugar daddy's last name.
Oh, they say he has an estimated net worth of $25 million.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
And how that money grows in accounts. I mean, just knowing that money's just like accruing in some account somewhere. That's so hot. My nipples are so hard.
We just need to find you like a geriatric at this point.
My husband at this point would be like, as long as he's paying the bills, it's okay.
Yeah. Actually, by the way, if you guys don't know this, for every $4 million that you put into or $2 million, I'm sorry, for every $2 million that you put in the bank, if you leave it in there, the interest is $200,000. So you could leave $2 million in the bank, and if you could successfully live off of 200,000, you would never touch the 200 million or the 200. You get what I'm saying? The 2 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's how rich people stay rich.
That's how rich people stay rich. Exactly. But
I think we hit the major things of the episode, even though it wasn't a traditional breakdown.
it definitely wasn't traditional. It was more
No,
so
but I
like
think
me,
we
like
needed to
defending my
veer. We needed to go a little left today. And I do feel bad about Lisa. I really hate seeing this stuff about her son. And I do feel for her. I hated her at the end of yesterday's episode. I hated her calling Heather. The second Bronwyn got up and walked away, how she called Heather and did a FaceTime. That was such an F you to Bronwyn. And I loved King Todd for going up to Seth. John, thank you. John, and saying, either get your wife in check or politely see yourself out because I'm not here for this. And let the man have his piece. It's him. He's the one paying for it.
Do you think that John and Lisa will end up leaving?
I don't think Lisa's ever going to admit she's wrong, but I also think that she loves being on camera so much. And I don't say that shadily. Like, I think she loves being on camera, as do people on reality TV, that I don't think she's going to want to be heathered and not be allowed to have all that screen time. So either way, I'll believe it. As of right now, I think she'll more likely cave and apologize. Maybe not even apologize, but she'll go easier on Bronwyn moving forward. What do you think?
I kind of agree with you. I think that it's a scene. It's going to be filmed. And I think that Lisa wants to be a part of it because I think she also understands it's a job. I don't know. I'm curious.
And a free vacation. I mean, hello.
And it's a free vacation. But also, let's not pretend the Todd father paid for all of this shit, by the way. Todd father paid for the plane, the resort, whatever, that's paid for by Bravo. The food, the drinks, Bravo. That's all
Wow.
Bravo.
Well, then why don't they do that for like all the other
They
Housewife
do. The
franchises?
vacations, they do.
But this vacation was so much nicer. Like these accommodations were so much nicer than, well, no, I don't think I
It
could
was
really
just
say
a
that.
house.
No, it was, no, I'm going to take that back. It wasn't that much more extraordinary than I mean, they're all pretty
I was
extraordinary.
about to say, think about New York, like some of the ones that the difference is like with New York, they always went to their houses, like in the Hamptons and the Berkshires.
Mhm.
But then trying to think, I don't even know. I can't name a vacation that Jersey went on, but like Miami. Oh fuck, that's another bad one. Atlanta. That's the one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like even when they went to Africa and Candy met Todd and Todd was one of the producers, cameramen on the show, like they were not paying for these trips.
That's
They
true.
were paying, like even in that moment, there was nobody who was paying for the flights. So everything got paid for. And then what they do is they get a stipend. So I have a friend who's a housewife and it's too easy. If I told you guys what franchise, you guys are going to guess right away who she is. But what I'm going to say is that her hotels are paid for, her flights are paid for. And then at lunch, like when they order drinks and food or whatever, that's paid for. And they get something that's like kind of considered to be like a stipend. So they have things where it's like, say, like the production company gives them $150 a day and that's for you to spend. But then if they want to go shopping and stuff, yeah, that's on them. But
Mhm.
no, a lot of this, you guys, they're filming a TV show. A lot is paid for.
That's so fun.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it sounds amazing. I'm like,
I would never want to be a housewife, but I think a friend of is the way to go. Housewife is too much responsibility. I don't want people knowing that much about my life. Like, I am a person who enjoys privacy. And once you become a reality TV star, even as a friend of, you lose privacy. But the fact that they're not in your home like they are otherwise, yeah, I think that's the move.
that is the move. Well, did we cover everything? I feel like
we did, and I just wanted to give a
Like
quick
the main
shout
point.
out to Meredith, talking about her hearing aid journey. I really appreciate the fact that she is talking about her hearing aids. A lot of us, when we hit certain ages, I'm a lady in my 40s myself, sometimes we need a little extra help, and I like that she's just normalizing it. And badass bees can wear hearing aids like Meredith Marks. Yes, I listened to way too much heavy metal in my teens and could definitely probably use some.
You guys, I went to Orlando to see my dad. And if my stepmom is listening, then I apologize. And this is not an attack. But I went to Orlando to see my dad and my stepmom. And Jason and I were in the car. We went to breakfast. And then my dad wanted to go to the flea market. He loves to go to the flea market. So we went to the flea market. He walked around. I was doing TikToks in the car. It didn't matter. And then all of a sudden, oh, sorry, Jason just texted me. Okay. All of a sudden, my stepmom was talking about, she's like, hey, we're having a cookout today. Oh, hi, you little baby.
This is Mary Queen of Scots. She was
Oh
just
my
about
God,
to
Mary,
book.
I miss my babies.
Oh, I know.
But she, my dad asked her after she said, she was like, we need to go to Publix. That's our grocery store. If you guys are not from here, we need to go to Publix. We need burgers. We need hot dogs. We need buns. We need this, 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 this. My dad couldn't hear because his hearing aid was off. And he was like, literally 20 seconds later, like, hey, he's like, hey, babe, what do we need while driving? What do we need for the party? And she went, I just fucking told you. Listen, turn on your fucking hearing aids. And I looked and I was like, oh, I don't think so, honey. Like, what? And I looked and we had a conversation. I'm going to keep family stuff family. We had a separate conversation after this. But I looked and I was like, he cannot hear you. And he is in his 50s. And his hearing aids, he is learning how to use them. And also, exercise kindness. If somebody can't hear you, do not get angry with it. This is a man who literally prioritizes, my dad prioritizes his family, his wife, whatever anyone needs, he will give it to you. He will give you the shirt off his back before anything else. And I just looked at it like, don't fucking talk to my dad like that. But I also love my stepmother, to be fair. So again, if she sees this, I can defend this. I love my stepmother, and I know that she was frustrated in that moment, which she was frustrated. But I was just like, bitch, I know you did not just do that. I know you did not just Derek, that's dad. You better get her. Get her. And then I like sit back and I sit in the back seat and I'm like, get her. And I'm like, oh shit, he just got your ass.
Love Meredith. We love making sure everybody, and we need help with our hearing. We're going to go ahead and make sure everybody's included. I love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ashley, I love that we got to have this conversation, and thank you honestly for your patience with me. Obviously, I think that we both established that there's kind of like a limitation to what I can and cannot say at this moment. But the good thing is when it all comes out towards the end, we can have all of these fun conversations and kind of see where we want to go with said receipts and all of that. Guys, I'm not just saying I have receipts to say I have receipts. I wouldn't do that to you. I clearly have them. Production knows I have them. Bravo knows that I have them. So I don't understand why. I think honestly, Bravo is setting up Whitney to look like a moron. I think they want me to release the receipts. They know of the receipts. Like the producers, the big executives. I don't know if it's Lori Gordon and Lisa Shannon. Lisa Shannon, Lori Gordon. Both of you. The big executives. You're so shady. You've seen everything. You know everything. You've seen the text messages. Okay, challenge accepted. I know exactly what you're trying to do. And if you're going to try to make me look dumb, wait till Jen Shaw gets out of prison in a year and a half. I'm going to eat your ass alive. But in the meantime, I have to
Whitney
focus on
still has a
myself.
choice to do the right thing.
No, she
Even if it's
doesn't.
not
No,
on the
she
show.
does not. No, she does not.
Have they filmed the reunion?
No, but she does not have a choice to do the right thing. No, she doesn't.
Do you think
At this point,
herself too deep?
At this point, I want Whitney, go ahead, anything that you have. Every name you can call me and my husband in the book, anything that you want, come out after. I have 4 businesses. I have a husband. I have 5 animals. I have different, like, whatever you want to. I don't need to go down the list. Whatever you want to come after, you already opened the floodgates. Go on. I invite everything. I really hope you can back up everything. I'm inviting it. I will never sue you for it. I will never go after you for it. Anything that you can prove against me that I lied about, that I said, play the audio, share the text messages, share the messages, share everything that you can. Because at this point, going on a platform like Watch What Happens Live, which gets really shitty, like views and whatever, and that's fine too. But I love Watch What Happens Live, and I love Andy.
By far the best late night show on TV.
I love it. I hate that the ratings are so bad.
The writers are better than any other late night show writers.
I don't even mean it to be shady when I say the ratings are bad. Like, there's some shows that I don't understand why the ratings are bad. Honestly, I think Salt Lake City is great this season, and I don't know why some of those ratings are bad on some of the episodes. But what I was going to say about this is all I'm saying to Whitney is, no, there is no coming back from this. You did this on a very big platform. I think it was very reckless of you, especially after asking me for favors and like leaving, you and your family out of certain things and videos in regards to Bobby, which I completely respected. I just think it's not reciprocated. And at this point, no, it's all gloves are off. So I just want you to do everything that you can do in your power, because at the end of this, I'm going to obliterate you. And I'm going to make you look like a complete moron, you and your silly husband. and everybody in between. Nobody's safe. I promise you that. I'm going to share everything, and I'm going to make you look really stupid. So please, I am begging you.
Respectfully, I think Whitney made herself look really stupid yesterday on Watch What Happens Live. I don't
I'm
mean to
just
be
saying,
rude. I don't like name calling, but like she looked really bad after that appearance.
I'm just saying everybody needs to, if you got it, you better share it now. By the way, people, I saw, this was the second time I saw this. Adam, check your records. There's a crinkle in every once in a while. Did you hear that?
No, but
Okay.
no, but if they said it, I mean, I just obviously missed it.
I mean, and then I also apologize about that. So I apologize, but guys, I am on the mission of being vindicated.
Yes.
So.
Show your titties while you say that.
Vindication, ladies.
He's being vindicated. Him and his titties are being vindicated, and you heard it here first.
All right, guys. Well, if you don't know, well, she's gonna let you know, because that's exactly what we do over here. Mary, Queen of Scots, you need to back up, girl.
Can you believe this girl? I mean, we call her a Scottish terrorist. I mean, she is a lot of work. She is the
Not
smallest.
a Scottish terrorist.
I have two humongous dogs that are like, oh, hold on one second.
Oh, she's just
It's so
Mary,
fun.
Queen of Scots.
I have two huge dogs that are like zero maintenance, and this little one like literally requires so much. Oh my God, and we got to 70,000 followers. Thanks, you guys. So this is our Instagram, taste_of_reality. Imani is so good about keeping everything. The latest information is up and, well, up and at him. Ha 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 ha. Oh my God. The Jeremy Maddox of it all. I am dead with him getting.
Oh my, wait, can I just say white privilege at its finest? I'm not even somebody who says white privilege. That is some, I don't even know if it's white privilege or just privilege. That is some shit that pisses me off. Guys, my stepsister, she got fucked up. Got real fucked up on drugs and whatnot. Okay. She was like a mess. And she and her stupid effed up boyfriend, you're not supposed to cuss on here, you guys. So I just need you to like calm it down. But her and her effed up boyfriend at the time stole an RV. My stepsister, she was the wingman. She knocked on the door. She looked and she was the person to see if the people were home while they were going to steal this like drivable RV. Her stupid ass didn't realize that, oh my God, that's a Ring camera. She just thought it was a doorbell. She didn't put two and two together that it was a camera. This was at the very beginning of the Ring camera. So they steal the camper. If you guys realize or know, an RV normally it is like a drivable, like kind of bus. But when you park it, you can extend the side of it that turns into like a dining room table or another bed, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they stole it when the extendable part was out, and they drove it down the mountain, taking out all of the mailboxes.
Oh, Jesus.
They got caught.
No.
They got caught with 2 joints inside of this bus. Mind you, they also stole a bus, but they got caught with 2 joints. My stepsister did 2 years in prison for this. She is my same age. She now has a daughter. This was years and years ago. She is the best mom ever. She has completely reformed her life. She was in a bad place, but now she's amazing. She's the best mom. I love her so much. I love her daughter. And I'm really, really proud of how far she came from the RV stealing mailbox situation. But my point is then I look at Jeremy Maddox with 70 something pounds of marijuana, and I'm like, how the did you just literally get, how did you get away with that?
Not just 76 pounds of cannabis, but traveling not across state lines from Florida to Germany. He was crossing a whole damn ocean. He was going to a different damn continent. The only way that this makes sense to me, besides the fact that it's good to be a white man in Florida, would be that if it was a part of something bigger and he gave them information about some like big drug lord. Could I be making this up in my head? Absolutely. But that's the only way, besides exactly what you said, just white male privilege. I think he probably had information on a bigger thing that he was able to help him with, but shocking.
Not
Oh,
Shaw King, but
Jen Shaw King.
I honestly, I miss that little crazy woman. I'm gonna call Coach after this, and I'm getting on a phone with Jen. I'm getting on the phone with her, and I'm gonna ask her, and I'm coming back. That's what I'm saying, Whitney. You done fucked up, girl, because
coming to you straight out of, what is it, Fort Bryan prison?
federal prison camp, Bryan, Texas. And yes, the woman is a bolt, and she knows it all. You messed up, girl. You messed up.
My gosh.
And I defended your husband when Lisa Barlow called him a who from Whoville.
That wasn't nice.
I mean, it was really rude. And I think that Justin and his dimples are actually, I think he's a cute guy. You know, I don't think
he's adorable. I love his dimples. I want to see.
He's a good looking guy. And I actually like Justin. I think he's a really sweet guy. I actually like Whitney. I really do like Whitney. I think that in this moment, she made a choice. I think it was a silly choice.
Face.
She's trying to save face, and I think it was a silly choice, but you made a choice. That's it.
And she's going to have to be the one who lives with it. I don't think that in the big picture, when all of this is said and done, I think she's going to be the one who looks bad.
Yeah.
And even though, like, Watch What Happens Live last night might have felt like she won a battle, that doesn't mean you won't win the war.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look, there's you.
Oh my God.
I wrote a story about you. But I want to say I also put a disclosure in there that, like, we're actual friends, and I don't want it to sound like I really, really make a point to be a very balanced journalist. I know people laugh when I say that because it's a blog, but I do. And I just wanted people to know that when I put the Bravo Babes post in there, I did not cherry pick those comments. People were not nice to Whitney, and that's just what it is. It has nothing with me being your friend.
Can I just say really quick to Miranda Pierpont, is that I'm ever going to see a doctor about the big white dot at the tip of his nose? Can I? Okay.
Is that lighting? I've never seen a white dot at the tip of your nose.
It is my nose. My nose is pointy. It's stuck up like a bougie bitch. My nose is pointy, stuck up. There is nothing that is done or makeup that is a part of it. It is just the nose. My nose is a pointy nose.
Like. So basically, you have a white nose, and I speak with vocal fry, and it's not a choice. We cannot help these things about us. So I learned a word. Oh, darn, and I can't think of it right now, but there's a really fancy word.
Is it octogen?
No, not octogenarian.
Oh,
there's a word for, like, when you have a nose that points up, and it's a really beautiful French word, and I, like, flagged it so I'd remember it, and I'm going to tell you what kind of nose you have. Because it's cute. It's a little, like, you're not a pig. Stop it with the Pee Wee Herman tape face.
I honestly feel like when I do this, I kind of, and this is not disrespect, I feel like I look a little bit like Elizabeth Vargas. Don't laugh. That is rude. You started laughing. It was not to be funny. I meant it as an observation. It wasn't
funny. People were so mad at me. I commented on Elizabeth Vargas's reunion dress from years ago when she was on the show. A little Clueless reference. I said it looked like she was surfing the Crimson Tide because she looked like a tampon that had already been used. And people were like, "You're disgusting." And I'm like, I can't help that. That's what she chose to wear on TV.
Oh my God. Guys, we're all going to hell except for Mary, Queen of Scots.
Oh, Mary's going to save us a seat. This is the devil reincarnated, and I love her, but she is a devil.
My God. We're all going to hell.
Okay, we're going to go to hell, and we love you guys, and we'll see you there.
Guys, go to tasteofreality.com, and if you're paying attention right now and you're not going on the description, go to tasteof_reality on all of your social medias. follow Ashley and Amani. Amani, you guys met, was it last week,
It
Ashley?
was last week. Yeah, I was
last week.
driving to Sir and TwatCon.
Yeah. So you guys met Ashley last week. Ashley's absolutely amazing.
Amani.
Oh
You
yeah,
met
Amani.
Amani
Sorry.
last week.
I'm sitting here, guys. I'm on like pilot. Amani, you guys met Amani last week. Amani's absolutely amazing. And now that sounds like disingenuous, and it's not. I love her and I love Ashley. And I swear to God, I promise I would just tell you the truth if I didn't like them, but I really like them. So go check them out on tasteofreality.com. Now, with that, tomorrow we'll be back for hot, messy topics. I don't really know what way we're going with that, but I will keep you guys posted. But in the meantime, since I'm blocked on all of Whitney and Heather Gay and Angie Katzaneves.
And let's give credit to the Bravo babe. She's the one reporting it. She asked the question, but I know he's also blocked by her too. So
I'm not giving credit to her. She's what a moron.
Okay. I'll get, as a creator, I always like to credit other creators where I get information.
Why
and I
would
get
you
information from her?
Right, but then also, and I don't mean what a moron, like what a moron Bravo Babe is. I don't even know if you guys lined up Bravo Babe next to your sister, I would not know which one was Bravo Babe and which one was your sister. I wouldn't know because I haven't met her. I don't even know who this is. So to be blocked, it's like, it's so weird. It's weird. Like, if you're going to say things, like if I went on and talked about Ashley and Amani, I would at least like offer them a platform or space to be able to rebuke it. I can't rebuke it. So yes, by all means, guys, go check out the Bravo Babe. I wish her
Since he can't.
Yes, since I can't. I love you guys. Happy Thursday. Sorry. I hope you guys have the best week, and I'll talk to you guys so soon. Love you guys. Bye. TasteOfReality.com.
So embarrassed.